Okay, now time to move to the next stage of madness. Oh yeah, I mean testing, but they kind of sound alike. Um, right now we've tested for this, so next thing we want to test for should be like the describe, sorry, define method. So that should be my next test. What do we want a define method to do? Right now, this is what it does. Basically, find stuff. So we want to first check that it finds like all jobs when you don't really apply like a status filter. Currently, there's only one filter we use, which is the status. So I'm going to move quickly. So this is me moving quickly. So I'm kind of going to keep it dummy in a way. So, oops. So for now, we just keep data. And then I'm just going to add one for completed. We could add one for every one of them, but like I said, I'm moving quickly now. So I'm going to just stop the get jobs. I'm going to stop it here. But then you might be like, wait a minute, but I thought you stopped it outside at some point, right? So like I have this stop here and it's returning an empty array. But in this case, I don't want it to return an empty array. It was return an empty array then, but now I want it to return these jobs for me, right? And so I can then move on to just do like results await service dot find. So service dot find now normally is going to kind of call this get jobs with the status if it exists, otherwise we're just going to use everything here, and then it's going to return the jobs. So in this case, it's going to return these two because we've just updated the stub to return those. So in that case, we can now say expect results to have length. Wait, I think I can use length this way too if I want to, but since I've started using this one, I'll just go with this. So to have length of 2, and for each of those results, we want to actually check so we want to check that they match like what is expected of them, or like what is expected here, that they match it. So this forms like a test for that. I can then move on. Wait. It just comes to my notice that I have been writing this inside here, so this was supposed to stay in its own. Return all jobs with the default filter. So I think there we go. Next step would be to filter jobs by pending status correctly. So we can create something called like get job stub, and in this case we'll stop like the prototype for the get jobs again. We'll be stopping that and we'll just make it an empty array. and then we'll try to wait for like when we'll make like a request for pending jobs, and then we'll be expecting that get jobs that get job stop would have been called with waiting and active. What are we testing for here? We are basically testing this, that if the status you pass is pending, that it means that the what will be passed as status will be the waiting and active, because those are the two that are pending, that fall under the pending category. So that's what we are basically checking for. Like I said, I'm moving fast, so I'm still going to go again. It should, first of all, shouldn't even be there anymore. So filter jobs by specific, status correctly, and then since I can't type anymore, so in this case we can do that same thing. And then we can go on to just await, and we expect that it should be called with completed in this case, because the thing is, if you pass a status, in as much as you pass a status, it's going to, what is going to pass to get job stubs will just be an array of that status alone. So yeah, that's like the idea. So let's test this. I sort of expected this, in the sense that we've stopped this get jobs already, so meaning that somehow we can't really stop it again. So we've stopped it before, we can't exactly stop it again, but for some reason it should have actually worked, because we have put here that after each, Sinon should kind of restore the whole thing. Or just that it means that before each also it gets stopped again. So this is the issue we are currently having. So how do we fix this? So I'm gonna check something. So is it possible to clone this? That doesn't seem possible. Let's see another thing. Just wanted to see if it's possible to actually clone it, which I know That's not so. So how do we resolve this? So we want to somehow have control over what the get job stuff returns. So we can kind of manage our expectations. Okay, I think I know what to do. So I'm going to create my own, I'm going up here, and then I'm not exactly marking it this way. So instead, I'm going to kind of create like a fake call. So basically, this fake call will be expecting a status, and then it can sort of start with the job stuff here, which let me so I'm going to, I think I can undo it dynamically, so I'm just going to create jobs this way. Array.from length 15. So here we can do like nano this stuff, and but then I want some random distance. I think Faker should be able to give me a way to randomize something, so that should come from, let's see. I'm seeing something like seed. If there's seed, there should be random. Well, in this case, there's not. Doesn't exactly work in this case. So how do we get fakers? Can't exactly get the random this thing here. Sorry, I actually don't really know like where fakers store each of those stuff. Some of this thing. I don't know the category. I just know like that it has it, but I don't really know the category. I know I should have used it before. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I think I've used it before. Let me see. So I have data type, database, dates, feeds, get metadata. Could it be in lorem, or could it be in internet? Could it be in number? No. So where could it be? Let me check internet. Thank you, Jari. Thanks for the suggestion. Actually, this was what I was now planning to do since I couldn't find it in Faker. So, but luckily, Copilot, and it's just fill it off quickly. Otherwise, I would have started trying to kind of calculate in my head right now. So we have these jobs, and then we can sort of filter based on. So we can say, okay, you can say S should be status is sent, next step should be, in fact, I want to keep this code clean, so I'm just going to say let x string this. Then next step would be if status and status is pending. So S will be status is pending. Oh, sorry, there's a silly mistake. So if status is pending, we'll do this. Otherwise, we'll do this. So, and then we can just filter like that. So here we go. So we just kind of mock this right now. Sort of going to fail for one weird reason, which is the fact that what is expected, like what we are kind of supposed to have passed to this stuff was this sort of, yeah. So I think I'll just let me do something. So I'm just going to do something like this. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to rectify this issue. But as usual, Copilot keeps complicating the whole thing for me. Oh, I see. There were actually other arguments. Interesting. So okay, so that actually works now. So now that we've done that, I don't think we even need any of this anymore. So now we can just simply check. Honestly, putting this thing here is also expensive, so I'll move it out of this place. And then I'm going to move it up here. So that, in fact, oops, okay. Actually, I have to do it here. Can't do it outside. So here we go, Sha. Can use this, or if we want to just avoid using magic numbers, if we want to avoid using magic numbers, we can set and then we'll just find everywhere we use 15. So we don't need this anymore. Now if we query by so if we query by these, I don't know. I'm expecting we should get something out of 15 this thing. There's a high chance we'll get never mind, we don't have to check that. I can just check that if it's scored with this. And lastly, you can check if it's scored with this. One more thing I'd like to add is what if we call it with an empty so how does it undo empty job lists? So assuming what we choose to pass. Oh, damn. Sorry, just realizing something that I forgot completely. So basically, I don't have to stop this over again. I can just use the same stub and just resolve it to something else. Yeah, that should actually work. I think I must have done it before. Because I just brought back like this flashback of some sort. So yeah, it finally works. So basically, you don't have to like stop from the beginning again. You've already stopped the data, so you can just control what it returns within each test. So that was something I completely forgot about. So yeah, luckily Copilot just reminded me before I started complicating the whole code. So there we go. The method I wanted to use then would have also worked. Well, it was kind of limited. It will limit me to do some things, to test some things. So, and I still forgot to add the last one again, which is it should be able to undo empty job lists. So what if the job is empty? How does it function? That's the question here. So basically, we can do something like this. We can say, it's probably the first time I'll be using this. Let me see. Normally we would have first stop because you'll be like, wait, this previous one, okay, this one already resolves to this, right? But for example, what if you did not resolve to this and you're not resolving this to anything? In fact, these ones can be taken off completely. You don't have to stop them. So you can just use the normal queue gets. So because the thing is, before each of those test cases run, the stop distance has been resetted, and so it's starting again with an empty array as we set from the beginning. So we have 14 tests passing. We are done testing this. Let me see how many minutes. Geez, 31 minutes. Like, how is time flying? So, done testing. This is just what we tested here. Like, how did 30 minutes fly in the process of doing this? So yeah, there we have it. We can go on to kind of test the email sending process, because I think that should be the final step, and then now look at some edge cases before we put a close to testing of the courier services, and then move on to testing the user service. In fact, there's very little I'm going to be doing on the user service, very little actually. Mostly just going to be basically testing the flow, like how it flows in with this courier service and stuff. But there you have it. Good day, and I think this will be the last episode for today. So tomorrow, or maybe next tomorrow, I think probably tomorrow. No, maybe next tomorrow, because I've spent too much time on recording today. So we'll pick up from where we left off. Hopefully, we'll be able to kind of finish up with testing like the courier service, and move on to the user service. As you can see, if I expand this and show you what's in the user service, you find that there's practically nothing. So there's not really anything for me to test. And if I start testing the behavior of this, I'm basically wasting test cases, because this is something that FedEx has already tested for. If I was writing maybe custom stuff, yeah. So in this case, what I will be testing here would be like how does this thing blend in with the schema, the resolvers. Remember, we added this set of resolvers. So how does it blend in with it, and then how does it, so basically we don't even have to test the user stuff. We can just test the resolvers, that is the functions responsible for generating coins and for generating meme pass. We can test them out, and then we can just test to ensure that the user doesn't get the meme pass. Alright, so yeah. So yeah, that's like the idea. Nothing much to test when we get to the users compared to like the courier. And there we have it. Bye.